Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Wayward Magic Academy podcast. I am Jen, your local medium, energy healer, shadow work practitioner, certified soul shift healer, and manifestation guide. I wanted to just get on and just start talking about my experience today and why it is so important to follow the energy of things. Okay, so many people in my space know that my family, three big key players in my family, my mom, my brother, and my son, are all packing it up and moving across the country, and starting in a couple of days. Some will go and then the rest go in a week or so. Anyways, my mother has been in her house for the past 20 plus years. I've moved in and out of that house multiple times. We were young teenagers when she first moved in there with my stepdad. So that house has been our gathering place since before there were even grandbabies, and we were still in high school. And we've just so many moments, right? Can you imagine? We have a big Italian family. We've had all the holidays there, all the birthdays, all the family dinners, funerals, baby showers, so much love, loss, hard times, good times. Really, and I've been just completely gutted about that no longer being our place. And it wasn't anything really to do with the house. It's just your regular house in Arizona, your typical home. But just that was ours, right? That is where we've gathered. So that's a big, huge change for the dynamic of my family, because my mom is also very traditional. So if you showed up for holidays, every single one of them for the last 2 decades, right? So all of that to say, I've been gutted by it, but I also know that the spirit of the family will be with us wherever we go. My stepdad's spirit is going to be with my mom on her new journey. And I know of all people how important change is. And so it's such a good thing. And it's where her heart is calling her. So she's following that call. As hard as it is for her, she's got this really lovely friend group they've been friends for as long as we've been here. And that's just another extension of family. So she's got all her friends, her job where she's been for 14 years, this house she's lived in forever, and she's packing it up and hitting the road. So it's been hard. I know I can see them, right? I know I can always go and visit, and they can always come back here, but that house is no longer ours. So today we were there helping pack, move. The curtains are off the windows, the pictures are off the walls. It was just a cold dose of reality. And I went into it, I'll be completely transparent. The second I was 2 feet in the door, I just started crying immediately. And I'm going to do my process. So I'm over here feeling very heavy about this, and, kind of in my sads and my feels, which is fine. We've got to process all range of emotions. But tuning into the energy of the home, my girlfriend reminded me the other day, don't forget, you've got to clear it out, pull your energy out, thank it, give it gratitude, make sure it's a clear space for the next guy. And anyway, so I was kind of checking in with the energy of the house while I was there, and I realized it already feels so clear, which was crazy because we're at that phase of the move where it is just absolute chaos. Not only that, but there's 2 families moving. We essentially took my brother's stuff out of storage and kind of mixed it in my mom's house, and it's just absolute chaos over there right now. But progress is being made. So all that to say, our stuff is still everywhere, and there's a lot of bodies in the house today. But my mom must really be facing her emotions and doing her process and doing her work, because I was really surprised that the energy of the house was, it is ready too. She's ready and it's ready. And that's really something to be celebrated and something to tune into and pay attention to. And when I realized that, I was so happy for my mom. And I know this is hard for her, so it doesn't mean she's free of emotion, right? But she's really facing it all. For the energy of that house to be so clear, considering she's doing this whole move came about in the first place. My stepdad passed away a year and a half ago. So she's been going through a lot, the worst kind, right? And for it to be so clear, that is what we want to tune into, rather than emotions are meant to flow in and out, right? It's like the current, let it flow. It's like the river. The problem is when we resist them, they can't flow. We block it up. We create a dam. And so it feels heavier and heavier. And the more we do that, the heavier it feels and the longer it lasts and the harder it is to move out of it or to see anything outside of that emotion. And so if that's all I was tuning into, I would have completely missed this lovely, clear energy over here. I couldn't believe it, really. And that did just make me so happy. And I felt more clear after that. And I felt more ready to embrace this huge change, being the man left behind. I feel more ready than I did. So super short podcast today, but I wanted to get on and talk about that. Follow the energy, tune into how you feel, listen to that, understand that, honor that, but also check in with the energy of a moment, of a place, of a space, of an experience, of an exchange. Even what is the energy behind these words this person is saying? Sometimes people, when their feelings are hurt, they lash out, right? But really underneath that lashing out are hurt feelings. And it doesn't make it okay or that we have to take this lashing out. But what I'm saying is maybe you can see that the soul underneath the role that a person is playing by tuning into the energy. You might show up a different way. You might choose to respond a different way. It might even help you stay in more of an alignment for yourself where you're not acting on a trigger. So this is just another example, a quick example of why it is so important and life-changing. When you follow the energy, you're not going to be led astray because the energy doesn't lie. Our minds, what can our minds do? Our minds can be a heaven, but they can also be a hell. If you're anything like me, then you may struggle or have struggled in the past, like I have, and I still do some. That's why I do this work. This was my way to manage it. Learning, more about myself and my inner work, but you can create an absolute hell in your mind, or you can follow the energy, and which gives you your answer. And that is also your intuitive feeling as well. So if you're trying to build your intuition, here's another reason to follow the energy, because that will strengthen that by leaps and bounds. And then when you learn to not only follow the energy, tune into the energy, but then when you make your decisions based off of that instead of something else. For me, these emotions I was starting to get stuck in because they felt so heavy, but I was able to tune in, to feel, and it really changed the day for me. And I think that's great. And so I could hold space and we could have laughs today and just enjoy our time together rather than being super, super, super down and sad. We'll have our moments, but we can probably move through them a lot quicker by following the energy of this change and this move and everything that's going on for my family. So always tune into the energy of everything and everyone and every thought you have and every feeling in your body. It will not lie to you. And if you need any support on that, because if somebody told me that, 5-6 years ago, I would not have understood what that meant. I would have thought it was weird. I didn't feel any energy. What are you talking about? I don't feel anything. I have lots of support on how to start from beginner to taking that work deeper and deeper and deeper. So wherever you are in the journey, whatever kind of support you need, even if it's something I can't offer, I probably have somebody in my magic squad I can refer you to. So any kind of support you need, always reach out at support@waywardwitchco.com. And I will see you guys next time.